Dia misehatra amin'ny resaka fambolena sy fiompiana izahay. Ny amin'izao fotoana izao, ny fahazazana tenenina tamin'ny fahasahiranana ny mpiray-manontolo. Dadanay-mpanabe, dia izay tsy tia mianatra. Raha mahita dia misakafo, dia rehefa tsy mahita tsy misakafo. Tsy mba nisy azan'ny masoandro ny raritra.
Madagascar is just a beautiful island nation, but the statistics tell us that over 90% of the people are living in abject poverty in a country that has got incredible resources in terms of land. It could be a very prosperous agricultural nation if it was stewarded correctly.
Ho an'ny Malagasy izany miady amin'ny fiainana izany izany hoe mahita sakafo izany ho an'ny Malagasy dia tena hoe henjana be mafy. Manao asa roa izany farafahakeliny isan'andro. Izay mivady moa amin'ilay fahasahiranana dia ny olona rehetrarehetra samy miteny daholo hoe reo nga mba hahita masoandro amin'ny fiainana. Kely dia nanambady satria tseritra hoe any anaty tokantrano dia misy fiadanana. Mbola nandalo olana indray tao anatin'ny tokantrano. Dia mivady koa dia mifandrirotra foana isan'andro isan'andro. Dia natao anatin'izay no nandehanako natrony trano be ny tantsaha. Fantatrao ve ny zavatra natsonanao? Eny, ahoana tompoko fa tsy fantatro. Ianao dia anisany voasafidy andeha ho any Zimbabwe.
We got invited to Madagascar through Crown and CEF connections and by the president himself, and he poured out his heart for the plight of his people. And so we were very privileged to be able to be in that position where he asked us, is there any way that we can help him make that nation food secure? We suggested that 30 people handpicked from Madagascar came out to Zimbabwe for a 10-day training.
Dia lasa nandeha nitaingina avion. Tamin'izany ny tena nahatsara faly indrindra. Satria ny teniny tao anatiko tao hoe tsy mampahantra anahy fa izaho manan-karena manana an'Andriamanitra dia nisafidiany andeha ho any.
This isn't an agricultural program. We don't major on the agronomy. We teach into the heart of the men and women who are in the village. All they think about all day is, what do I feed my kids tonight? So we teach faith, family, farming and finance. That holistic approach of carrying the message of the gospel, individuals, communities and a nation can be turned around on that.
Na fiadanana izany tena nafinaritra daholo ny zavatra rehetrarehetra niainana tany. Dia izaho moa ilay tsy dia mahay miteny anglais ity dia ilay misy mpandika teny tsy maintsy manaraka kely anahy eny foana. Fa raha vao tonga amin'ny pratika fa tsy manaiky izany fa tsy maintsy izaho daholo ny eo amin'io rehetrarehetra io. Ny zavatra niova dia ny ara-panahy aho voalohany indrindra. Tonga taty aho tonga dia nandeha nivavaka. Rakom-pisaorana nataoko voalohany. Teny vavaka foana hoe Andriamanitra roviana re ilay vadiko indray vao ho resy lahatra andeha hivavaka e. Dia miteny anazy foana fiainantsika tsy vitantsika rery fa andao ataontsika eo amin'Andriamanitra. Dia ilay zanako vavikely sy ilay zavikelynay teo aloha efa nentina andeha. Dia Ramose rehefa tena nahitanay nandeha dia rehefa tonga ato an-trano izay dia mivavaka foana. Dia nandeha mivavaka foana ny Ramose dia mivaly ilay vavaka. Dia manarakaraka ny ara-bola. Efa tsy ilay mitoditody intsony dia afaka mbola manampy olona. Meme daholo zareo tamin'ny tsy niasa tany aho. Ianao tsy miasa tany fa mandrakotra dia mitahiry ny nofony tany ianao. Dia aiza ny zezika, dia aiza ny masom-boly, dia mety ve io zavatra io? Dia avy eo amin'izay nahita ny vokatra. Tena ahoana nanaovanao an'io? Tena efa betsaka ny olona nandalo tany amiko dia tena tsy tadidiko intsony ny niofana.
Following up 1 year later, when we went back, we saw that this lady had risen through the ranks and had just become this passionate farmer, an advocate for what she had been taught, really passionate and dedicated to ensuring that the plots that she looked after were in really excellent order. She had the faith in her heart that what she had been taught works.
Hoanao izay mahita an'ity tantarako ity fa na dia kely aza ny andohanao dia ho lehibe indrindra ny hafaranao. Fa miasa manomboka amin'ny kely amin'ity teknika ity. Aza miandry anana tany ngeza be dia manomboa aloha. Satria ny zavatra tsy afaka atao raha tsy atomboka.
The upside down kingdom is a very important strategy because I think the people who have experienced extreme poverty, they're your best teachers. Not somebody who hasn't been through the pain of not having meals every day. They now find in their own household that they are food secure. So Holy, for example, has enough for the whole of 2025. And that was probably something she's never, ever dreamt in her wildest dreams. And so now when other people see that, she becomes a model because she's been there, she's done that, and she's been in a place of abject poverty for most of her life.
Ny fanantenako amin'ny Madagasikara dia mahavita tena ara-tsakafo rehefa miasa ara-dalàna vahoaka manatanteraka amin'ny teknika. Tena manome fanantenana. Satria afaka anatanterahako ny vinako koa. Mbola tsy tara Madagasikara.